Bijan Robinson declaring for the NFL draft. Wonderful news. We needed some good news on with all the negative stuff going on today. JT probably out for the remainder of the fantasy football season or the NFL season, the remainder of 2022. Trying to prepare and get ready for 2023. The Colts say, according to reports, they're looking at shutting him down. And he's not returning anytime soon anyway, so shutting him down, that's the only choice they have. He's done. What do? Do you pick up Deion Jackson? Do you pick up Zach Moss? Do you pick up both? Then you got Jalen Hurts potentially not playing week number 16. Maybe they shut him down for a couple weeks. We don't know. David, first in the building, appreciate you. Bijan Robinson, arguably the number one overall dynasty player in my mind right now today before he's taken an NFL snap. We're breaking all that down and more. Lots to go over. This is a pretty big breaking news show considering we're so deep into the season. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios, it's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Smitty. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. We got a lot to cover today. This is probably one of the most jam-packed news shows we've had in quite some time, and we're entering week number 16. We've got the Monday Night Football game to go, so obviously we can talk about a lot of that, but file on in. Drop a question. The phone lines will be open shortly. Let's get to the news. We'll do the voicemails. We'll do it all. Your boy Smitty's, look, my voice is completely shot. I have like maybe half or 1.5 octaves left in my voice. I can't go higher than a certain level, but we're doing it anyways. I work for you. You think I'm going to take time off? I don't think so. Let's start off with some positive news. Bijan Robinson thanking Texas in declaring for the NFL draft. This guy is quite arguably, in my mind, the number one dynasty player in fantasy football 2023 and beyond. If I'm drafting number one in a dynasty startup that encompasses all the rookies and all the veterans together, I might select Bijan number one over mashed potatoes. Absolute monster. This guy, Bijan Robinson. Unbelievable career ahead for this guy. Yeah, is there a little risk? I know, Smitty, how are you gonna do this, Smitty? If this sounds a little funny, a sick voice through the megaphone. We've never had this yet. Smitty, this is sick, Bob. I'm sick right now. Smitty, how are you going to say a guy that's never taken an NFL snap is the number one player in fantasy football? You're crazy. Maybe I am, but I'll tell you one thing, this guy's going to be a monster, and if you're not on board, we're not letting you on the train later. There's no getting on the train later. This guy's a monster. He's a combination of LaDainian Tomlinson meets Le'Veon Bell in his prime meets Kenneth Walker's patience and jump cutting ability, able to knife through and find a hole. Just smooth operator. Probably the one word if I had to describe Bijan Robinson would be smooth. The guy's smooth. Unbelievable. This guy's my number one dynasty player in fantasy football go forward. And you can at me all you want. I don't care. He's declaring to the moon. At least we got one piece of positive news today. The next piece of news was devastating earlier. Some of you may or may not know. I'm sure you do know. If you follow me, you know. Jalen Hurts, reports are that he could possibly sit out week 16. We don't even know. It might be longer. It could be that they shut him down the rest of the regular season to get ready for the playoffs. I think it's hard to imagine them wanting to do that unless they had to do it because they don't want him to get rusty or, complacent. Look, it's hard to sit out 2 or 3 weeks and just come in and fire off, especially when you got, a wild card bye week, or you're not playing the wild card weekend either. So it's like, it wouldn't shock me if he sat out week 16 and 17 and played a little in week 18 just to get the blood flowing. Like, we don't know how many weeks he's going to need to rest that throwing shoulder. It's his throwing shoulder. The playoffs are more important than the regular season to the Eagles. Who knows what's going on? Maybe he plays week 16. We still don't know 100%. Maybe he sits week 16. Maybe he sits week 16 and 17. It's very tough to know. It's very tough to know. It all comes down to his shoulder and the risk level of him playing on it. So stay tuned. This is not concrete yet. Don't freak out yet, but start making plans. Some of you don't have a backup quarterback or a plan in place. This is on me. I take a lap because I didn't prepare you. I didn't think I needed to create video after video saying you need to make sure you have an elite backup, because quarterback is the most important position that gets forgotten in fantasy football, but not by us. Not by us. That's on me for not having video and content saying, hey, you need to have an elite starting quarterback backing up your starter. I don't know why so many people went without a backup, without any sort of backup. Gardner Minshew's probably going to start. If Jalen Hurts doesn't play, Gardner Minshew will start. And he'll be a decent play. He'll be a decent play. And some of you might have Brock Purdy out there. Grab him. He's a must start if you're in this situation. Zach Wilson and Mike White combination, because you don't know who's starting. My guess is that the team wants Zach Wilson out there, and we'll go over that in a minute. That piece of news is over here somewhere. We'll go over that in a minute, but we'll take your phone calls, and we're walking into this Monday night game, so we're not going to have the longest show today. Plus, my voice is shot. But Jalen Hurts, for right now, it's awful news, but likely leaning toward the side of sitting versus playing, it sounds like. And this is the Adam Schefter report saying that Gardner Minshew could start against the Cowboys. This right here was another piece of awful news we got today, that Jonathan Taylor was diagnosed with a high ankle sprain, which we already knew that part, but that he's most likely going to be shut down, it sounds like, for the season. He's unlikely to play again, and it makes sense. Why would the Colts do it? It really is horrible news for fantasy owners, but would he even be effective anyway? Probably not. He'd go out there and damage the ankle further. And the big question really at hand for me is what to make of his future value. Now what? Where is he going to go in 2023 early drafts? Where is he going to go? Is he going to go in where? Round 2, mid round 2, late round 2? I don't know. Let's see here. Smitty can go without sleep for days and still perform. That's right. This is 100% performance. Eric's telling me to go to bed. Mitch is rooting me on. You can tell which one's actually the one getting me pumped up and fired up. It ain't Eric telling me to go to sleep, go to beddy bye. Eric wants me to go to beddy bye, hit the snooze button. I don't do it, Eric. I don't do it. I don't know if you noticed, I'm wearing the same shirt I wore last night. Yeah, that's right. I do this for you. I work for you. Okay? So, observe a little bit, Eric. I'm not going to bed yet, Eric. We got a Monday Night Football game to go, Eric. I appreciate your concern for me, though. I do appreciate you. You to the moon.
To the moon.
But we're not going to bed, bro. That's not what we're doing. It's a waste of time. Okay, so thank you, Mitch. Mitch understands. Bob from accounting in the building. Appreciate you, Bob, being here. Okay, next question. Bob from accounting is amazing, by the way. Bob from accounting is an amazing man. James, appreciate you, James, being in the building. Appreciate all you. Problem Bless is here. E111, appreciate you. God, I don't know. This is the Monday through Friday show. Of course, I'm not going to miss the Monday through Friday show unless I'm unable to talk, which may happen. Maybe Eric's going to be right, and I'm going to be down and out. You're going to ruin this guy's brain. He needs sleep. Eric, I work for you, Eric. But it takes more of you to say go to bed than just Eric, okay? Ozzy, appreciate you being here. All right, let's go to the next piece of news. Unfortunately, there's more. This one right here, looks like the Jets will likely start Zach Wilson again this Thursday with QB Mike White. Rib fracture still not cleared for contact. I could tell you right now, there's a glimmer of hope, not in my mind, in the mind of the New York Jets organization, the coaching staff, where they've got a lot invested in this kid, Zach Wilson, and they've already cracked his confidence in half. And he went out there and delivered pretty decently in this last outing. And they don't want to mess with that. They can't yank him out and put Mike White in. They're going to drag their feet on this Mike White injury update, and they're going to start Zach Wilson. Let's not kid ourselves, unless there's something internal that's falling apart and crumbling. They're like, we're done with Zach Wilson. Like, if that's something like that's brewing and we don't know about it, then Mike White could start if he gets cleared. But I have a feeling they're going to back off trying to push this clearance through because they want to give Zach Wilson a fair shot to go back out there. I don't agree with it. You don't agree with it. We all know what time it is. It's not Zach Wilson time, but they're going to shove him out there anyway. You know they're going to do it. They got too much invested, and the confidence would get shattered yet again to an unrepairable state if they just shove Mike White back in and say Zach Wilson back to the bench. I don't think he'd recover from it. I don't think he's going to recover from it anyway. But it sounds like Zach Wilson will start. So if you have any kind of plans of starting Zach Wilson or Rashad White or Mike White, you're going to need both of them because you don't fully know, but it feels like it's almost a lock that they're going to put Zach Wilson in there. So anyway, I got my YouTube exclusive group. I'm going to hit you guys, see if you got any questions. I'm going to go to voicemail group number 1. I don't see anything sitting there for voicemail group number 1. You snooze, you lose for today, gentlemen. I'm going to voicemail group number 2. Robert is the last guy that left the voicemail. No voicemails dropped. I might need to get new blood in the voicemail groups. Like, where are the voice messages? Okay, I'll leave the voicemail, the IG voicemail group. If you guys want to be a part of the voicemail group, all you got to do is go over to The Fantasy Football Show on Instagram. That's my Instagram. Okay, go to The Fantasy Football Show. On my profile, you're going to click on let's see here. Hold on. Let me switch this. You're going to click on this subscribe button. Okay, on my profile, hit the subscribe button. Once you click on the subscribe button, do we got a package? We got a package. Hold on. This might be our shirts that arrived. Let's go to the cameras real quick and check it out. We might have a delivery, ladies and gentlemen. We might have the new Smitty shirts in. We might have the new Smitty shirts in. I might have to go get those. I don't know.
Someone is at the backyard.
Yeah. Ziggy thinks the backyard is the front yard. I haven't switched it. I kind of like it at this point. I'm used to it. Ziggy, stop. Ziggy, stop. We got a delivery. I don't know. Those can't be the Smitty shirts. I'm going to go ahead and leave that package there. We got Smitty shirts being delivered as we speak. I hope they come during the show. I'll go run out and get them. We'll unbox them. They're amazing. They're amazing. You know, hopefully we're going to actually put these up for sale on Grindhouse is going to put these up. You know Grindhouse. Go to grindhouse.com. GRNDHAUS. Grindhouse. Vintage movie tees in hoodies straight from the attic. Movies from over 40 plus years ago. This sponsor is amazing. I love this sponsor. I haven't been more into a sponsorship in a long time, probably ever on the show, because I love hoodies, I love apparel, I love movies. It's like the biggest combination of everything I like all at once. The only thing it's not on is football, but guess what? The Smitty shirts are going to include that. They got the Smitty face, the Smitty name, the logo, the Grindhouse logo, and Frankenstein on the back. I'm going to show them to you once they come in. They're absolutely glorious. And Grindhouse is going to put them up for sale. And then I believe we're going to put a portion of it going to charity and to the homeless. So get ready for that. We're going to do a lot of other giveaways and stuff. So get ready for that. We're going to start, we're going to give away to the homeless and the needy during this Christmas season on behalf of Grindhouse. So get ready for a lot of videos and content on that to spread positivity and giving this time of year. Okay, so let's get to let me see if there's any more voice messages. So if you what I was saying was, if you want to become a part of the voicemail crew, go to my Instagram, click on the subscribe button. For $4.99 a month, you get into a voicemail group. And in that group, you can ask questions, like everybody's having a chat and everybody's getting advice from each other. But then you can drop the voice messages for me. And when you drop the voice messages for me, I play all the voicemails that are in here. Let me go to a string of them so you can kind of see. All you do is hold down the mic, ask a question. Your boy Smitty will answer all the questions. See, people just drop voicemails. I play them throughout the day, Monday through Friday, around 7:20 p.m. Eastern on every single Monday through Friday show. So if you want to be a part of that, definitely take advantage of that. Let's get to the phone line since we had no voice.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Can't believe we had no voicemails. I was actually shocked. We had not one single voicemail today. That's the first time. Probably people are just processing everything that's going on. But the group, I have it open. Anyone have a question? Okay. Drop in, dial into the show. Let's see what we can do for you. Any super chats will be handled immediately. as fast as I can. This one's from Healing. Healing with the $5 holler says, "Hey Smitty, so I had Hurts and JT, and I had a first round bye. Do I start Tua or Daniel Jones at QB? I'm going Tua. Mostert, Pacheco, or McKinnon at running back. You're going McKinnon without hesitation. Olave and Christian Watson. Probably going to be Christian Watson, my guy, but let's see what happens tonight. Easy calls for me. Tua, McKinnon, and probably Christian Watson with the pending game and looking at all that. Thank you for your super chat, Healing. Appreciate you very much, my guy. And anybody else has a super chat, drop it in and I'll get to it. Let's go to David, and then I've got an unknown caller. Unknown caller. Keep the mouth breathing to a minimum. David, you're up.
What's up, Smitty? First and foremost, man, hope you get feeling better, brother.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see. I don't have time to get better. But thanks.
Yeah, no doubt. So my question is, man, as a A.J. Brown owner, I mean, this kind of hurts me just as much as Jalen Hurts owner. Good thing is I'm facing the Jalen Hurts owner this coming game, but he actually has that. So, I mean, he's not too far off. My question is, really, I had 3 bench players, so one of them's actually DeMonte, so that's going to be enough. The other one is Amari Cooper and DPJ. So, I mean, I really don't want to take A.J. Brown out and put one of those guys
Sorry,
in.
who are your players, A.J. Brown, and who are you contemplating?
So the only other bench people that I would have to put in at wide receiver was DeMonte. Can't put him in. Might as well keep A.J. Brown in. So it's Amari Cooper or DPJ. And I'm not crazy about either of them.
No, you look, A.J. Brown, I tried to tell this to everybody earlier that, like, yeah, the elephant in the room is what happens to A.J. Brown. And we're not talking about that because we're talking about Jalen Hurts so much. I mean, I have talked about it, but on our show, it's a small section. So I'm glad you brought this up. What happens with A.J. Brown? What happens with A.J. Brown? I'm very glad you asked that question. What happened when Tua went down? Tyreek Hill. So what happened with Waddle? Waddle's the second in command. Waddle still did okay, but like you're more worried about Waddle than you are Tyreek Hill. And so the same thing can be said about Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. So think Devontae Smith, who's taken a while to gain momentum and rapport with Jalen Hurts and coming into his own and really having not a lot last year to build on. So it was kind of like not his rookie year this year, but it felt a lot like the parts of it were. And he's coming into his own. He looks fantastic. Now I'm worried about Devontae Smith a lot. Like I definitely explore other opportunities there. A.J. Brown feels a lot like Tyreek without Tua. The touchdown opportunities probably don't go out the window, but they're diminished greatly.
It's like him going back to Tannehill, though.
Panic? No, we're not hitting the panic button on A.J. Brown because look, he had Tannehill and still made Tannehill look really, really good. And honestly, I believe that Minshew's as good as Tannehill. I'm not just saying that. I truly believe that. Now, granted, it's not like he's been preparing all year as a starter, so there could be like a situation where he goes out and craps the bed. Like there's that possibility, and I can't really help that. But all I know is your opportunities, your alternatives, aren't really, in the way here. Like it's not like you're like, hey Smitty, I got Christian Watson. Oh yeah, well you know what, go Christian Watson. Or hey, I got Garrett Wilson. He's got Zach Wilson. That's a dilemma, but Garrett Wilson's so good. Let's go Garrett Wilson. You're talking about like Donovan Peoples-Jones. No, not over A.J. Brown. It's possible. I mean, if you did it, you could, hit a home run with it. It's possible. I mean, Donovan Peoples-Jones is good, but I couldn't sit A.J. Brown. I think the yardage will still be there. Minshew could still score touchdowns. It's not like A.J. Brown has a 0 chance of a touchdown, but my guess is that his yardage will still be there, but a little lesser chance of over 100. And his touchdown opportunities aren't gone, but they're probably diminished. And he probably doesn't have a high likelihood of 2 tutties, but he has a decent likelihood of 1 still. I'm going A.J. Brown. I'm not sitting him in semi-championship week.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I was worried about was, Dallas, the Philly D plays so good. Dallas can't, they can't keep up or whatever. And then basically Philly just has to run the ball. They're going to run the ball the whole time.
Yeah. Yes. But will they have to throw? Like if they're down 21-3 or it's 14-3, like Minshew's going to have to throw the ball. I agree with you. They're going to try and run the ball. I agree with you. They're going to do their best to make Minshew win the game, or to make the running game win the game, and not Minshew win the game. But Minshew's capable. I'll be okay throwing A.J. Brown out there and losing versus sitting A.J. Brown and thinking, oh, he won't get targeted, and Minshew's like, I'm just going to throw to A.J. Brown all day long, and we're like, holy crap, you know. So I understand your dilemma, but your dilemma is not one that has me tempted.
Yeah. All right, brother. I appreciate it.
Trust your gut, though, bro. Donovan Peoples-Jones could outscore him. You never know. Like, trust your gut, but I would not mess around with it at all. And I'd be okay with it if I lost that way. I would not be okay with it if I sat my stud and got cute, threw in Donovan Peoples-Jones and Watson went out there, and I was disappointed in Watson messing it up for everything. And then I'm looking at this going, why did I sit A.J. Brown? I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. And another thing real quick, man, I'm hoping, like, I picked McKinnon off of waivers a couple weeks ago, so I'm just hoping maybe one of my other guys can just have another crazy 30-point game.
Dude, McKinnon,
pick up the slack, man.
McKinnon's a must play. All right, bro.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, later, David.
All right, man.
All right, next caller. Who am I talking to, pal? You're live.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? It's Sergeant Stacking.
Who?
Sergeant Stacking.
Sergeant. What's up, Sergeant?
Hey, how you doing? So I made it to the championship. I unfortunately lost Hurts like a lot of other people, but I did got Brock Purdy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw him in there. But what's killing me is my wide receivers. They're blowing smoke. I got Cooper, Ayuk, and Olave, and I was thinking about switching them out, or at least two of them out for Shaheed.
No.
And who was the other one from Vikings? Osborne.
You know, I'd be okay with I'd be okay with KJ. I definitely am starting Olave if it's me. If you wanted to go KJ and Olave over Amari and Ayuk, I could totally sign off on that. If you could start three of them, I'm fine with that. I do think Ayuk has a chance to bounce back. I mean, Debo's out of the picture right now, and I think that he, you know, even though Ayuk didn't deliver, Purdy did, and I think if Purdy is capable of continuing his impressive play and growing and maturing and moving and matriculating the ball down the field, Ayuk's gonna relish in some of that at some point. It would blow to have him out there one more week and have him bomb again, and then have him do it the next week, and you're gonna sit him. It's like changing lanes on the freeway. Every time you change lanes, the lane you're in goes faster. I think that could be the situation here, but KJ had such a big day. You can't fault anybody for throwing KJ Osborne out into their lineup. So you start two or three?
I start three of them.
I'd probably say that Amari, Olave, and KJ, assuming Amari's health situation, everything's good to go. He's, you know, but I mean, this is your dilemma. Amari and Ayuk, I think at this point. KJ had such a good day, I probably would throw him out there. But right now, I suppose I go Amari, assuming he's healthy and everything's good to go.
One last question. Zay Jones, how do you think he does the rest of the season?
Look, the thing about Zay Jones is this is kind of one of those things where it's like we should have known, to be quite honest with you. It was one of those situations where the writing was on the wall. He had one game where he crapped the bed, and I was very high on him that game because of all the data. The data was he was one of the most targeted wide receivers walking into that bust week where he had 0 catches or whatever. He was one of the most targeted wide receivers in fantasy football, and then he laid an egg, a goose egg, that next game. So we're all a little cautious about it the next week, but the numbers were still there. He was still one of the most targeted wide receivers of the last string of games, handful of games, not one or two, handful of games, and he came out and exploded, and Trevor Lawrence is turning into a magician out there before our very eyes. If the guy's on hold, if you guys can mute it, we got a lot of background noise, if you guys can mute until you're up.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal what Trevor Lawrence is doing and what he's turning into, and Zay Jones is a big part of it. Now, Trevor Lawrence does laser lock on one guy, it seems, per week. You got Evan Ingram going crazy. You got Zay going crazy. Maybe Etienne's turn is in week number. All I'll say is that I absolutely love Zay Jones. you can't sit Zay Jones in week 16 unless you are just sitting on the craziest options. You can't sit McKinnon walking into week 16 unless you're sitting on the craziest options, and you can bring those options to me. But, yeah, Zay Jones is a must-play. You don't have Zay, do you?
I do. I do have Zay, and I do have McKinnon. I was so far ahead on points, I really didn't care to put him in. I beat my guy by 100.
Did you just give me these options and not give me Zay Jones? Is this another league?
My bad.
Bro.
I'm gonna put him in. All right, I'll take.
Okay, so let's redo. Let's back up. Rewind. Zay Jones is a must start for you. Let's take Amari out, and let's say Olave and Zay, and then it probably KJ at this point. KJ, unbelievable. Bro.
Okay,
unbelievable. The disrespect
I'm gonna pick
to
him
Zay
off the line.
Jones. You're gonna pick him up? Wait, he's gonna.
I want to send you a Christmas present, Smitty. How do I get a hold of you? How do I get your email?
You can email me at Smitty at, and then you got my thefantasyfootballshow.com.
Okay, got you. Thank you very much, brother.
Hey, appreciate you. And are you gonna pick him up? Is he on waivers?
He is Osborne.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on waivers,
Wow.
and the guy I'm going up against, he refuses to drop any of his guys, so I don't think he's gonna pick him up.
Wow, bro. Okay, I appreciate you. Later, Sergeant.
Thanks, brother.
Okay, next caller. We're gonna start with the caller that has an area code that starts with a 5. You're up.
What's up, Smitty? It's Jake. How you doing?
What's up, Jake?
All right, so I just got back from doing some shit. I noticed you live streamed about the Hurts already. I'm sure you're getting a ton of questions, but I'm just gonna hit you with a bunch of context surrounding my team and the predicament of just replacing Hurts. So I'm in a 2-quarterback league. I have Mahomes and Hurts, so it's not like I'm gonna have a huge dilemma. Obviously, I still need to fill in that position, but pretty much I'm looking at potential replacements for Hurts. At my flex, I usually have Gabe Davis, but I had McKinnon on my bench, so and just hearing your prior phone call gives me even more encouragement to flex McKinnon. I was planning on doing that.
Yeah.
And then if anything, because it is a 2-quarterback league and the quarterback waiver wire is thin, and like Brock Purdy is already even picked up, like he's on another roster. But if anything, the safe plan, and it's not really safe because Gabe Davis is a risky play. It's either boom or bust. But if anything, I'll just play Gabe at the OP. But I was just wondering your thoughts on who to potentially pick up in some bigger names out there regarding quarterbacks, or do I pick up Minshew? Do I go with Baker? Obviously, we'll see how he does tonight in an hour, or like Matt Ryan or Darnold. Like
None of those. I mean, Minshew's the only guy I like of those names. You said Purdy was already gone. Yeah. Bro, you gotta probably go either pick up Minshew and if quarterbacks far outscore positional players like Gabe Davis, like if Minshew having 200 yards and 2 TDs and 1 INT is gonna far outscore, a 70-yard and a touchdown game for a wide receiver. So depending on your scoring, you gotta go grab Minshew and put him in. I would think as a flex play. That's a much probably better play. I still like Gabe Davis if you don't get him over a Baker or something like that. But like you said, let's see how Baker does. I don't think Baker's gonna. I could be wrong, and I'm not like totally against Baker Mayfield, showing up. But I just think that it was a perfect storm for him in his first game, and I think he doesn't have a lot of weapons. So, and we've seen Baker for a while, so we kind of know who he is. I have a feeling the real Baker might step forward, but we'll see. We'll see, but definitely think Minshew's good. And if there's another quarterback you haven't mentioned, you can bring it to us, and you can call back if you got it.
All right, Smitty, appreciate it as always, and just hope all is well. Thank
Yeah,
you,
what's your name, bro? I'll put you in the system here.
Jake.
Jake, all right, Jake. Thanks, appreciate you.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Next caller, you're up. What's your name?
Hello?
Yep, you're up, bro. What's your name?
What's up, man? It's Jay Money.
Jay who?
Jay Money.
Jay Money. What's up, Jay Money?
All right, bro. So, yeah, Hurts, number one topic. Also dealing with. I'm only in a 10-team league, so it's not that terrible as these other guys, where they don't really have any options. But just want to throw some quick thoughts out there. As far as AJ Brown, what's going to happen to him? I think it's definitely. I mean, obviously, it's definitely a downgrade from Jalen Hurts, but I still think he could be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a lot of talent, like you were saying. Tannehill. He made Tannehill look, better than what he was. So obviously, adjust your expectations, but I mean, don't get too panicked about him, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a matter of less touchdown opportunities. Maybe he still gets one, but, A.J. Brown could have 2 or 3 touchdowns with Jalen Hurts in there. The rapport these two gentlemen have, they're just a stack, just a supreme stack. And now you've got, if Minshew throws 1 or 2 touchdowns, A.J. Brown's highly likely to grab one of them. So there's still an opportunity, but it definitely puts him. I'd say it's like A.J. Brown playing at 80%. That's the way. That's the way I feel about it.
I think it's instead of him being a top 5 receiver for the week, I think it's more like top 10, top 15.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Obviously though, the Cowboys defense is good, but they haven't been playing as good as of late. So, there's still some hope. I'm not sitting him for sure. I don't think anyone should sit him, but I mean, it obviously depends on your options. But so for my quarterback, I do have Tua.
Hey, hold on one second. Can the people in the background mute just until you're up? Appreciate it. Thank you. Go ahead.
So I was saying I have Tua as a bench, but there are some quarterbacks in the waiver wire that I could also pick up. Because Tua, he's good. And his matchup for Week 16 is the Packers. He's going against the Packers.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, they're a good defense, but it's still a matchup that can be won and points can be scored. And so I'm not looking at waiver wire. I think you said you're in a 10-man league, so there probably are, maybe Purdy's out there. Purdy over Tua's tempting. He's safer maybe. Tua's still in a place of ambiguity. We don't really know what Tua we're gonna get. We don't know if he's been figured out.
Right.
We kind of feel like there's still so many weapons that even if he is figured out, he could still have good numbers by the end of the game. He could struggle for 2 quarters and have 2 really good, a really good third, fourth quarter and have 3 touchdowns by the end of it. Tua's at games like that before where we go, Tua might have been, and then in the fourth quarter he scores 3 touchdowns or the last 2 quarters, and you're like, I'm ready. Tua had a good game. So I probably lean toward Tua, but who are the top 2 options, and then I'll let you know whether you should even go down the road.
So the top 2 options that I'm considering, it was really one. It's Kirk Cousins and it's Jared Goff. Probably not Jared Goff, but I mean, with the game that Kirk Cousins just had,
it was good.
It's kind of like,
Yeah.
He plays the Giants.
Yeah. Oof. That's tough, man.
Tough.
I mean, so looking at Tua's game log here, let me just pull up Tua's game log, and so he had 234 and 2. He had 1 rush for 7 yards. I don't feel like he bounced back enough in a matchup where I feel like he was set up to have a good day. He threw a touchdown to Waddle, threw a touchdown to Tyreek Hill, got both of them fed. Tyreek had less yards, 69 yards to Waddle's 114, but Tyreek had 9 catches, so in PPR that's an extra 6 points that kind of evens out. Like Waddle and Kittle both had and Hill both had a day. I would say you're not.
And another thing too is it's like I feel like the defenses are kind of starting to figure him out, out the Dolphins.
I would say this, bro.
It's playoff time. Games get tighter. You know what I mean? So
I would say this, bro. I would say that Kirk is your safer route. So I'd probably say Kirk is your safe play. I think Tua's still got upside. I'm not sending anybody on any laps by starting Kirk Cousins or Tua over Kirk Cousins. That's very arguable. But I think coming off of the day that Cousins just had, coming off of the games that Tua is having, and walking into a very important week where you've got JJ catching footballs, you got KJ Osborne playing very well, Dalvin Cook's, doing well. This entire team is firing pretty well. Even though they started off the game really rough, and I even said this is a playoff team. But I probably go Kirk, but you're not crazy if you shift at the last second, bro. It's very tempting. Both are tempting. Both are very, very tempting.
Yeah, because it's like, to get Kirk, I would have to, because, I wouldn't really want to roster 3 quarterbacks, so I'd kind of have to drop Tua to get Kirk.
You got 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks left. You got 2 weeks left. I probably would. Who's your backup quarterback? Hurts, right?
Yeah, Hurts.
I don't know. It's very risky. I guess in your 10-team league with these quarterbacks available, you'll be okay if you need to scramble for a quarterback in week 17.
Right.
But I would say whoever you're starting, you probably can try and bank on them staying healthy. But your luck, Cousins will go down in the game if you start. Go Cousins, bro.
And I honestly, real quick, I want to say, with the Jalen Hurts situation, I almost have a gut feeling that it's because I watched that game. And I don't really remember seeing when he got hurt. Maybe I missed it, but do you remember seeing a play? They didn't even talk about it.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Kind of
yeah, but I don't think that's something that should indicate anything to you because he could have got hurt and went hey, yeah, I'm gonna hide this. He's a very confident, quarterback as he should be. And I could see him, being the kind of guy that says, I got hurt. No one knew it because I just, he's that guy, man. He's that guy.
He's tough, for sure.
All right, bro. I got to jump to the next caller. Appreciate you, man.
All right, man.
Later. Let's start with the next caller is, let's see, starting with area code 4.
Hey. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I guess there's 2 of us with the area code.
Yeah, 2. Okay.
You go ahead, bro. You go ahead.
Mel is your Mel is
I got
your
a quick question.
Mel, is your area code start with a 4?
I thought it did. But
okay.
That's a phone I don't use often.
All right, Mel, you hang tight. I'm going to go with the other guy. What's your name, caller?
Wallace.
Wallace. What's up, Wallace?
Hey, not much, man. I got a really quick question.
Yeah.
Playing tonight, I'm down by 6, PPR. He's got Higbee, and I got Christian Watson. Do you think I'm going to pull it out? I
would rather be you. I'd rather be down by 6 with Watson than have Higbee. But bro, would I walk to the bank already? No. But I'd rather be you.
Right. Good. Awesome. That's all I need, man. Appreciate it.
Go get him, bro. Hey, enjoy tonight. This is what it's about, bro. Just enjoy it. Don't wish that you're up by 400 points. Enjoy it. This is why you played. All right, later, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mel, you're up, pal.
Hey, what's going on, Smitty?
What's up, Mel?
Bro, you sound like crap, but that means that you dedicated to the game, and we appreciate you, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Thanks for hanging in there.
Appreciate that underhanded comment.
It's all love. Man, look, 13 leagues, and I built up what I call my Philly cheese stack with Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown in 7. Most of them, I have a backup plan. The only problem is the one that I don't. My backup plan was Jimmy G. I traded him and Damian Pierce to get Lamar, and you know the rest of that story. Yeah. So here we go. I have 2. I have a waiver question, and then a lineup question, and just a fantasy question for you. On the waivers, we have it's ugly. Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Sam Darnold, Brett Rippon, Baker Mayfield, Desmond Ridder, Mitch Trubisky, and it only gets uglier after that.
Wow, bro. Wow.
And I can't rely on Lamar being here. So what say the guru?
You know what? I have a feeling Lamar's going to try and play. Let's see what the news report says. I believe we don't have an update on Lamar. I believe that the talk was that he was going to try and be back. So I have a feeling you're going to have Lamar, but I'm not positive on that. So you should be thinking at least somewhat positively about that. Harbaugh unwilling to commit to Lamar knee returning week 16. Let's see here.
But if I don't, as an insurance plan, which one of those jabronis would you scoop up to hold?
You got to watch Baker and see how he does. Surprisingly, he's probably one of the better options here. Zach Wilson's not horrible in this context, but he's not great in normal context. Is it a Yahoo league?
This one is a CBS.
Okay, I was going to say, if there's a Yahoo league, you could go Taysom Hill.
Yeah, nah.
Is Davis Mills there?
Yes.
Davis Mills is probably my pick. He had a good he had a good day, bro. I mean, let's pull up his stat line.
He did.
You know,
it's just hard to say his name and look at him on your lineup, but you're right. He did.
It's hard to say. A lot of these guys did. He had 221, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Who's he play next week? I'm blanking on the week 16. I'm so on week 15. Let me pull up the schedule real quickly. Houston is at Tennessee.
Yeah, I saw that.
I could see him doing okay. I could. Baker, where the Rams are at home against the Broncos. Denver. I'm not liking that.
Right.
Zach Wilson, the Jets are Thursday night. I hate Thursday night games. Jaguars are playing tough, but I'm gonna go ahead and say no on the Thursday night game with Zach Wilson. Ritter at Baltimore, bro. It's probably Davis Mills.
Okay. All right. Let me just get 2 more lightning round questions for you.
All right.
Because of the AJ Brown connection, I have to sit one. AJ Brown, Jamar Chase. Well, I'm playing Chase, but I have AJ Brown, Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Sun God, or Godwin. Which one of those 3 would you sit?
Which one of those? Okay, so which one, you're obviously starting.
It's full PPR.
So you have to start 2 more of AJ Brown, Godwin, or St. Brown.
Yeah, I'm starting Chase. Yeah, I just need 2 out of the other 3. Sun God, Godwin, and
Sun God's a go. Sun God's a go. Don't even question that one. I mean, Godwin caught 5 of 83. Right. Play the Cardinals in week 16. I love A.J. Brown. Let's go to the chat on this one. Are we going with A.J. Brown on the bench in this scenario only? Probably, right. We probably roll with Godwin. 5 of 8 targets. I mean, I would have loved for him to catch all 8, but that's still good targets. I think this one's tough. I think you could go either way. I could waver on this one all day long. So I think, just make sure St. Brown's in there. But I'm okay with you sitting either one of Godwin, AJ Brown. I probably at this moment in time, and bring this back to me later in the week, I probably lean Godwin. I play Godwin, so
definitely.
I probably.
And then I guess the last one is Olave, Terry Mack, or AJ Brown with this scenario.
Who do I sit? One.
Sit one. Sit one.
Olave, AJ Brown, and McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin.
I probably sit McLaurin because he's got 2 touchdowns in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, and he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games before getting a touchdown after that. He's playing San Francisco week 16. No thanks, bro. No.
Okay.
In San Francisco.
Gotcha.
No.
And then I had a fantasy question for you, but if you need me to hold it, so next time if you have anybody else on hold, I don't mind. I have time.
Yeah, last one, bro. Last one. Go.
Okay, so I'm in the Yahoo League. I'm in the Yahoo League, and it's a weird league where you can add people throughout the week. It doesn't matter about waiver time. So I had two defenses. You play two defenses. I had two. So I picked up Jacksonville, and I picked up, I think it was Saints I was left, which only left the Houston defense on the waivers. So now I have four defenses. Obviously, I'm not paying all four, but I look to see who I'm playing in the championship next week, and it's an early championship, who I'm playing in the championship next week, and they're going to need defense. So I went ahead and did that, and now the commissioner, since it's his roommate, is like, oh, that's not fair. You need to release one of them, or I'll release one of them. I'm like, bro, as long as it can, if the platform allows it, it's not cheating. And it's been my strategy the whole year, but because now it's affecting them, it got me to the chip. So I said, you know what? I'm going to call and see what you say and record it and let them know and send them the link.
So, in one sentence, re-explain what you're saying, because I'm sorry, bro, I lost you when you were going through that whole thing.
It's okay. I picked up I have four defenses. I can only play two.
Yeah.
And he's mad because his roommate's going to need a defense next
Who cares?
week.
Who cares? If there's no rules on it, you can do whatever you want. You can consume as many
no
players.
Rules. That's what
You can consume as many players as you want. And you can block a person from picking up a defense if you want. Like, have rules in there. Have position restrictions. You can't get mad at somebody for adding 5 defenses, 10 defenses. Have it in the rules, or there's nothing you can really do about it. And anybody that says differently, then you're the commissioner, put something in the rules if you don't want it. Like, that's plain and simple. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, bro. I got to let you go. Appreciate you, Mel.
Thanks.
Later.
All right. Take care, bro.
Yeah. Next caller, you're up. You're the only caller on hold. What can I help you with, and what's your name, bro?
Yo, what's going on, Smitty? This is Stu.
It's who, Stu?
Can you hear me?
Stu?
Yeah.
What's up, Stu? I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Hit me.
Hey, what's going on, man? First and foremost, just want to say congratulations, everyone, making it to the fantasy playoffs.
Yeah.
We here. So I have a little bit of a dilemma because of Jonathan Taylor, though. So my roster right now is looking like Josh Allen. I have what was Jonathan Taylor as my RB1. I have Ramondre Stevenson, Devontae Adams, T. Higgins, David Njoku, and I've been flexing Christian Watson. But I also have Brandon Ayuk, DJ Moore, and Gabe Davis on my bench. I also have Alexander Madison and A.J. Dillon, but I've just been kind of holding them as handcuffs as like stash pieces. So, and I have Isaiah Pacheco. So my question for you was, do I roll with Isaiah Pacheco from here on out and hope for the best, or would you look to waivers, or I was even considering maybe going like A.J. Dillon or something?
Over who? Over one of the guys you just named their starters, or do you have Pacheco in your starting lineup?
Right now it's Pacheco.
Okay, so
right now it's Pacheco.
You have Watson, Pacheco, and Njoku, T. Higgins, Adams, Stevenson, and Josh Allen in your lineup.
Yeah, that's the lineup right now.
Okay. I like that. Look, Pacheco's still getting volume. Who's the top 1 or 2 waiver wire guys?
At running back, Zach Moss is available. I also have guys like Tyler Algier is available. Jalen Warren is available. That's pretty much it as far as running backs go.
Tyler Algier is a good pickup. I don't know if I start him over Pacheco. I guess we could take it to the chat. He had such a good day. He's probably very arguable over Pacheco. I think you could go either way. But Pacheco is still getting volume, but I do feel like he's teeter-tottering on maybe not getting it one of these weeks while you put him out there, and you're like, what in the heck, man? This is the way they do it in KC. And the fact that McKinnon had no carries the week prior and now had 10 carries, I believe, this week, it's concerning. But they still ran Pacheco a little bit. Still had a decent day, but because he doesn't get PPR work, he's very one-dimensional. If he doesn't get in the end zone, it can only be 7, 8, 9 points at the max. So I'd probably say I do look at Algier potentially. I pick him up and I waiver on it all week. I look at, I come at me later with that dilemma, but pick him up, grab him, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, awesome.
All right, Stu, appreciate you, man. Later.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. This one here, we got a $20 hauler on the screen here from Brian. Brian with a $20 hauler. Where is it? Where's our? Oh man, where'd I put it? Oh, here it is. It's over here. $20 hauler.
Mashed potatoes.
Appreciate you, my guy, dropping the 20 watt on screen. 20 watt on screen here from Brian. Brian says, help first round playoffs. QB Herbert, White, or Purdy. Probably say Purdy's safer than Herbert right now. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. Eckler, if he's healthy, he came out of the game a couple times. K9, if he's healthy, he looks good. Monty's a very good flex, and so is J.K. Dobbins. I lean J.K. if we're coming back to this as a flex. But let's go over to the wide receivers. So wide receivers, we're going to go Lamb and Garrett Wilson and Higgins and Watson. Oh, my God, man. 2 wide receivers only. Probably going to be Lamb. And I don't know. I don't know what we're doing there, bro. I don't know what we're doing there. This is insane. This is insane. How do you pick between these wide receivers? Lamb's a lock. Higgins, depending on how Christian Watson does, Higgins is probably your wide receiver 2 at this point, I suppose, the way Burrow is playing. So Eckler, K9, Lamb, Higgins. And then your one flex is either going to be Garrett Wilson, depending on how you feel coming out of this game. I'm sorry, Christian Watson coming out of this Green Bay game. You probably go Waller for right now. Johnson's good too, though. Chat, if you disagree on anything, please vote. Who's this guy's tight end between Andrews, Waller, and Johnson? I probably say Waller. And who's he flexing? Is it Christian Watson? I say Christian Watson probably, but we'll see what he does tonight. He's on fire. If he doesn't do anything tonight, then maybe you lean Garrett Wilson, I suppose, or JK. But we'll take up Singleton. I'm sorry, Brianna Singleton. Singleton, we'll bring your question up later. Appreciate your super chat. Thank you so much for dropping that $20 hauler. Please bring this to me later. Right now, I'm going to lean Christian Watson, but I think we need to attack your flex later in the week. So appreciate you for dropping that, and let's see what the chat says. Juwan Johnson, we're getting a lot of Juwan Johnsons for your tight end position. But as far as the flex, I'm probably going to say Christian Watson for me. Let's let the chat decide who your flex should be at this point. You bring it back to me later. Okay, thanks a lot. Let's get to these other super chats. Brianna, I appreciate you again. Thanks for taking my call. You bet Wallace, you are the man. Ron Navy laughing at the caller that said that I sound like crap, but he loves me. Appreciate that, Ron Navy. What's my percentage? Down 35 with Rodgers, Aaron Jones, and the Stork Meister. I think you could do that. I think if I was the other guy, I'd be worried. I'd be like, God, he's got a lot of weapons, to come back. I think you have a good shot. I'd say that maybe even 60% in favor of your situation. Would rather Hurts miss the game than attempt to play and get pulled early. I'm not excited about any waivers. Going with Watson, FML. Okay, Watson's not horrible. Make sure Purdy's not out there. Purdy might be better than Watson. Jaime with a super chat. Started Deontay Johnson instead of Bam Knight. Nice job. And won my week. On to the next. Lions D-line is legit, says Jaime. Jaime, excellent start, bro. Excellent start. And there was some thinking there that, and I didn't go with Deontay in any questions, really. But there was a little bit of, wondering on my part whether the quarterback change would help make Deontay relevant again, because it's really been Pickett that dismantled his fantasy football value before our very eyes. thanks again, Loop, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Kyle, appreciate your super chat. Did I get to this one? Have Hurts pick up T-Law, Purdy, Goff, or Minshew? I'm picking up. T-Law. I'm going T-Law, bro. Pick up T-Law, Purdy. I go T-Law and Purdy in that order. So, put claims in for both in case you don't get one. Fantastic options for you. Thank you for your super chat. My picks for tonight's game. Ron Navy, give me your let me go to your message. This one's from Big Howard. Big Howard, I'm responding to you at 55 minutes and 9 seconds into the live stream, bro. Okay, here we go. Big Howard.
Hey, Smitty. I got Kansas City's defense this week. Should I trust them or should I go on a waiver and pick up somebody else, maybe Lions or Browns defense? Thanks.
Lions or Browns defense. Let's see. Let me hear that question one more time.
Big Howard,
That's me.
Hey, Smitty. I got Kansas City's defense this week. Should I trust them or should I go on a waiver and pick up somebody else, maybe Lions or Browns defense? Thanks.
I mean, KC's at home, but Browns against the Saints and then the Lions. I'd probably go Lions. I gotta go Lions against the Panthers. It's in Carolina, but that's right. Give me the Lions. If I'm going bold, I'm going the Lions, bro. Appreciate you asking that question, Big Howard. You're all taking care of my buddy boy. All right, I got a couple more super chats here. I've got the voicemail line still open for the voicemail group if you guys want to drop a voicemail. Ron Navy's giving me two of his picks. Let me go ahead and drop these on screen. These are from Ron Navy. Let me save these and drop these on my computer real quick. Okay, Ron, I got you. I'm going to drop them in right this very second. Ron Navy's picks, everybody, are incoming. Ron's been doing pretty well with the pick'em this year, so we're going to go ahead and throw these up, and you guys can... And make sure you get on over to Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. Underdog Fantasy, they'll match up to $100 on your first deposit. Just use promo code Smitty, and they'll match up to $100 on your first deposit. Go drop a prop. Nothing makes Sunday football, Saturday football, Monday football, Thursday football better than having some kind of over-under prop where you're picking two or three players, or you're doing one of those 5-team contest parlays where you're picking 5 things to happen, and it's 20-time multiplier, meaning you drop $5, you win $100. You drop $10, you win $200. You drop $20, you win $400. It's a fantastic way to play, so go drop a prop. I'll drop the link in the live chat right now. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. Also, just so you guys know, we're going to be doing the guillotine drafts, the guillotine best ball leagues. They're not just drafts, they're leagues. And what's amazing about these guillotine leagues is that you, let's see here. Let me see if I got Ron Navy's picks here. I think this is the other one. Is this the same one? I think that's the same one. I think I got to drop the other one on here. This is Ron Navy's second one. Okay, so Ron Navy's got A.J. Dillon higher than 63.5 rushing and receiving. Christian Watson higher than 48. Tutu Atwell. Blind Larry, you still on the phone? Or is that I just talked to Blind Larry? Okay. Tutu Atwell. Aaron Rodgers, Baker Mayfield, higher than their 1.5 TDs and 189 passing yards. So that's Ron's first ticket. Ron's second ticket is Tutu Atwell. 7.5 fantasy points. Aaron Rodgers over 227.5. Dillon higher than 63.5 rushing and receiving. Watson 48.5 on the over, and Christian McCaffrey, that's the freebie. So they're giving this freebie. So here's what's amazing right now. If you go on Underdog using promo code Smitty, link is pinned in the live chat. If you go to Underdog, they'll give you a freebie. This one right here, Christian McCaffrey for Saturday's game. If he gets 1 yard, you win that particular prop. So it's essentially you're getting a 20 times multiplier on picking 5 picks where one of them is a lock, unless he somehow doesn't play or something. So that's a lock. Now Ron only has to hit these 3. And so if Ron does $25, you can see in the top corner of this, he did $25. Or no, sorry, at the bottom. This is 5 picks pays $500, so it's a fantastic way to play fantasy DFS and pick them and all that stuff over at Underdog. It's amazing. But the guillotine leagues we're doing, guillotine block what fool? Who's saying it? Who's saying what? Block what fool? Who's doing what in here? Who do I need to block, TP? What are you talking about? Let me know who's saying what. Anyway, guillotine leagues, they're good. They're fantasy drafts where we draft a team and you carry it into the playoffs. So if you draft Jalen Hurts, for example, and he's not playing the wild card weekend, you could pick a quarterback that's playing during the wild card weekend and get 2 games out of them, then they get knocked out. Or you could pick a guy like Jalen Hurts who doesn't play in wild card weekend. You're kind of behind the game in terms of that Jalen Hurts pick. But you could also draft another quarterback that is a wild card weekend quarterback and have that covered for you as it's a weekly who's scoring the most for you optimized lineup. So it's a playoff team that you carry through the entire playoffs. You don't redraft. And the guillotine leagues we're drafting right now, so you don't even know who's for sure in the playoffs in some cases. So you can make a bad pick or a crafty pick. There are people that were drafting Lions players, not drafting Lions players, and it was crazy when we were in our last guillotine draft. So make sure you click the link that's pinned in the live chat or in the description and get signed up and get your first deposit in. Again, they match up to $100 on your first deposit. Get in now so that when we drop the link in the evenings and we do the guillotine drafts, you don't have to sign up and do all that ahead of time. You did it in advance. You can jump right in the drafts with us and be in the league. It's not a draft. It's a draft and a league. It's a full league that goes through the playoffs. Ron Navy, you're up.
Yeah, hey, Smith, I just wanted to call in and let you know they did drop today the puppy version of the gauntlet, which is $5. It's called Mitten.
Mitten, that's what it's called, Mitten.
So the Mitten is the $5 one, and then the gauntlet, which is the bigger tournament, is the $25 one.
So there's
so I just
good thing to tell me about. The gauntlet's $25. There's $1 million in prizes. I think first place gets $100K. The puppy version of it is the Mitten, and the Mitten is going to be $5 to enter. So you can do a bunch of them, and it's really fun. We'll do a lot of the mittens because they're a little easier for everybody to do. They're $5 a pop. Let's say you go to Underdog right now using promo code Smitty. And let's say you don't want to drop $100, which is the max amount of match deposit that they'll give you on your first deposit. Let's say you just drop $10. $10. Minimum deposit is $10. They'll give you $10. You can do 4 mitten drafts and have 4 chances at. Ron, what's the mitten pay?
It's not as big as the puppies were.
Yeah,
I think the big prize is $15,000.
Okay, so you can join a bunch of the mittens.
The max entries is 34,840 people.
Okay, yeah.
Teams.
So join.
But yeah, the max prize isn't as big, but still, it's $5 for chance of $15,000. That's pretty good.
And it gives you some skin in the game for the playoffs. Like, do you picture this? I want everybody to think for a second. Would you rather be sitting there going and then hearing us talk about our mitten drafts like 1 week into the playoffs and go, man, I should have just did a $5 draft and had a chance for $15,000. You know, like I could be watching my team right now and seeing, like, who doesn't want to play fantasy playoffs for $15,000? Go do it. Link in the description. Link is also pinned in the live chat. And use promo code Smitty to get that bonus match. Ron, anything else you want to say about any of the news today? The Jalen Hurts news, the A.J. Brown news, the JT news, or any of the other things that we covered? Any kind of final second?
Did I miss something with A.J. Brown? I didn't hear anything about A.J. Brown news.
Just that Hurts isn't in there, so it's a little downgrade for him.
Yeah, it is, because, like I said before, with Hurts being out, I almost look. I mean, it's not. They could let Minshew pass the ball, but I think they're going to go heavy run. But that's just my gut feeling of how they're going to do it. We'll just wait and see. And there's still always a chance that Hurts will say, "Hey, I'm playing." You know, you never know.
Yeah, I'd say there's a chance. There's probably just as much of a chance that he sits 2 games than he does sit 0. We just don't. No one knows. No one has a clue. And the weird thing about it is you usually don't play Week 18 when you're in the situation that the Eagles are in. But it could be a thing where they sit him for 2 games, but they want to get him out there to get his blood pumping and get, a little bit of activity, and they run a series with him, just where he hands the ball off or something. I can't see him not playing a snap until, the second round of the NFL playoffs, So we'll see what happens. Everyone needs to just kind of take a deep breath, make sure you got your backup plans in place, and then we'll go from there. We'll just have to take baby steps at a time. I mean, we obviously some of the games we need to know. Thursday we got Saturday. You got to preemptively have things in place. Get your ducks in a row.
Yep. And this is like a learning scenario for people too, because when you're drafting in the earlier, especially on this best ball BB3, I am so glad that I had Hurts in 3 of my 4 leagues, but I also had another premium run. I had Burrow in 2 of those, and I had Trevor Lawrence in another one. So it's always
people are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember.
Sorry, I had to press the button, Ron. Sorry, go ahead.
It's always a good idea to have 2 premier quarterbacks for these types of situations, just in case, at least 2.
Yeah.
So, if you get Hurts in a Burrow or Hurts in a Lawrence or even Hurts and Cousins, that's what I tried to do with a lot of my leagues.
Yeah.
Is get two good quarterbacks in case one goes down. You never know when it's going to happen.
Yep. All right, Ron, appreciate you, man. Thanks for reminding me about
That's all I got.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me about the mitten stuff. I forgot what the name was when I was talking to you about it earlier. All right, Ron, appreciate you. Ron the Don, everybody.
Later.
Later. Blake says, Smitty doing the show while sick. He's a legendary. Thank you. Appreciate you, Blake. Appreciate your super chat. Thank you all for your super chats. The game is getting closer and closer to kickoff here. Anybody have any more dilemmas? Real quickly, I'll take a few phone calls. Let me check the voicemail group, make sure there's not more voicemails waiting for me through the voicemail crew. And again, if you guys want to drop a voicemail for me on the daily during the Monday through Friday show at 7 p.m. Eastern, all you have to do is go to Instagram, thefantasyfootballshow.com. On my profile, click the subscribe button for $4.99. You can be a part of this amazing group of people where everyone talks to each other throughout the day, asks questions throughout the day, and you can leave a voicemail for me on the daily, and I will play your voicemail and I will answer your voicemail about 7:20 to 7:25 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday. So you know what to expect. You know to get an answer. You know you're going to get an answer from me. And you can also chat all day long with a bunch of like-minded subscribers that are serious about helping each other because they're all paying $4.99 a month. So when you're paying something like that, and it's not a lot, but when you're paying that, you're going to be serious about it, and you're not going to get dogged on and people ignore it. Like, you got a good group of people you can lean on, and then any of the voicemails, I'm scrolling through and playing them over and over. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to? Yo. Hello?
What's up, Smitty?
What's up? I tried to do my hello voice, but I can't even do it. Who am I talking to?
This is Henderson.
Henderson, what's up?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. What can I do for you?
So I just kind of want to puff my chest a little bit because all these guys that have Hurts and no backup, I just don't get it, man. I mean, I got really lucky in one of my leagues. I'm in 6 leagues, thanks to you. I'm in 4 playoffs. I got 3 buys. I won my league this week. I've got 3 teams with Jalen Hurts. One has Fields as a backup. One has Goff as a backup. And then I've got one where I had Mike White as a backup, and now he's down. So I guess my question is which direction do I roll in that league for a backup quarterback? Is it Minshew? Or is it, I got it right here. Is it Minshew, Tannehill, or Carr?
I'm not going to waste my marker on Tannehill. I'm probably going to say...
I feel the same way, brother.
I'm probably going to say that, Carr's probably safer. Minshew's... I mean, Carr's got Devontae Adams. He's got Waller. I understand he's Carr, and I know he can do Carr type things, but Raiders are at the Steelers. Put your earmuffs on, Ron Navy. I think that's a game capable of some scoring, and not to mention it's a evening primetime game. It's a Sunday evening game, and we go live at halftime on the Zoom calls for anybody that isn't a YouTube exclusive member. On my channel, if you go to let me just do this real quick, bro. Hold on one second. If you go to my YouTube homepage, and where is that thing? Here we go.
Yep.
You go to my YouTube homepage. On the homepage, you'll see a blue join button. Or if you're on mobile, you'll see it as well. If you click on that, you can become a YouTube exclusive member. $1.99 a month gives you the green names, the emojis, the ability to ask me questions on Sunday mornings. I answer only people with the green names, YouTube exclusive memberships. But there's also a $9.99 plan. You can cancel anytime, downgrade, upgrade. And if you do the $9.99 plan, you get on 2 Zoom calls every Sunday. You can listen. You don't have to enable your camera or your mic. You can just listen like it's a podcast. But we get on there at halftime of the morning games, when the first game goes to halftime on the morning games, and then when the Sunday evening game goes to halftime, we jump on that call. So I imagine, getting back to the question at hand, I imagine, no offense, Ron Navy, but I imagine when we get on the Sunday evening Zoom call, talking about this Raiders and Pittsburgh Steelers game, I imagine Carr's going to have at least a touchdown, maybe 2 at the half. That's just my feeling on it. And it's like it's not the Steelers' defense really fault. It's just that constant inability to do things for if Mitch Trubisky's out there tossing the rock. Ron, is there a shot? Is there even a shot for Pickett to play in this game? Let's see here. Let me look up Pickett news real quick. But I
have to imagine Trubisky's going to start again.
Yeah, I just think that Pickett I don't know. We'll have to see. But even if Pickett, let's say even Pickett plays, I still think the Raiders are capable of scoring some touchdowns in this game. And I think that could Carr have one of those 2 to 3 TD games? Absolutely. So I'm going to go Carr here. It's not the end of the world. Minshew's probably safe for like 2 TDs and like 220. But Carr has the potential to get you 3 TDs or 0.
I appreciate it, man. That's the direction I'll go. And listen, I appreciate your time this year. I appreciate everything you're doing for us.
Thanks, man.
And man, your followers, man, you've been saying adapt. You got to adapt all year long, man. That means, when you have, like, I got Cook and I got Madison, you got to adapt and have their backups. Same thing with quarterbacks. You've been pushing quarterbacks all year long, man. Listeners got to listen.
Stay fluid. Stay loose. Appreciate you.
Yep. I appreciate you.
Later.
Bye.
Got to stay fluid. You got to stay loose. You got to be loosey-goosey out there. You got to be able to adapt and adjust. Ron Navy says, we beat Panthers, who are better than the Rams, and the Raiders lost to Baker. Well, I still think touchdowns could be scored, Ron. I still think touchdowns could be scored. I still think Carr, of these options, Carr is the potential. He still has the potential, like I said, for 0. He's Carr. He could become Carr at any moment. He could turn back into a pumpkin at any moment. But he could be good. He can be 2 or 3 TD good because he's got Devontae Adams. He's got Waller back. He's got Jacobs that can also catch passes. Like 2 or 3 TDs out of Carr every other game is not, every third game isn't crazy. So I would definitely I feel like it's a better play here. Any final questions before we jump out of here? I've only been live an hour and 15 minutes, but my voice is shot. I probably won't go live tonight. I've gone live 3 times today. 2 breaking news videos on JT and Jalen Hurts, and then now this Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. show here on Monday before this Monday night game. So already been live 3 times. Probably won't be going live tonight. Probably rest the vocals for tomorrow. Hopefully I can come back strong tomorrow. If not, I'm still going to be here with my 1 octave, and I will see you all on the flip side. Appreciate everybody that dialed in. Appreciate all the super chats. The super chats coming from Ron Navy, Blake, Ron Navy, Singleton. Appreciate your $20 hauler. Wallace, Ron Navy, Son, Loop, Jaime, Kyle, in healing. Appreciate every single one of you guys dropping these super chats. You guys absolutely rock. I work for you. Please subscribe on your way out the door if you're new and you just found the show. We go live Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Every single Monday through Friday. Your boy Smitty's doing it live. Okay? Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm also live whenever news breaks, proven by the 2 live streams today. Without a voice, bro. 2 live streams. Jalen Hurts JT, I went live. News broke, I went live. I'm live when news breaks. I'm live Tuesday night at midnight, Thursday night at midnight, Friday night at midnight, Saturday night at midnight, and I'm live a couple times in the morning and the evening on Sundays. I'm live all the time. And we do all the other uploads and get ready for 2023. If you think 2022 has been amazing, if you think the in-season content's great, I blow my in-season content out of the water when it comes to off-season content. And it all begins on January 1 when everybody's out watching the ball drop. Your boy Smitty's here with his button over the his finger over the button, and I'm pressing it, and I'm dropping rookie content, Bijan Robinson, rookie videos, all of it. 1/1, January 1, 2023. We're dropping the 2023 rookie content and 2023 content like no other. So get ready for it. Appreciate you all. Good luck, everybody. Get that game on. It's go time. Baker, touchdown maker, or Baker, disappointment maker. The ball's been kicked into the air. I'm going to stay live while we see this return. Actually, you know what? Hold on. We're gonna stay live during Baker's first drive here. You know, you leave, it's your own fault. You leave, it's your own fault. There's 105 of you crafty individuals here that said, I'm not leaving yet. 76 thumbs up. Can the 105 of you still here please match the thumb up though? 77, there you go. 77, there's 105 of you here. Baker drops back to pass. No, he doesn't. He hands the ball off. Akers ripping off about a 13, 14, 15-yard run. That was a nice run by Akers there. Yeah, false start on ending the show. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you, Sam. That was a nice little run by Akers. I mean, the burst isn't, it's not like the burst is fully back, but he's moving down the field. That was good patience on Akers' part. I mean, total bust this year, but that was easy to see coming. Same with James Robinson. Remember the James Robinson hate I got early in the year when he had a couple good games? Everyone's like, I told you, Smitty, you're going to pay. You're going to pay on this James Robinson hate. We still have yet to ever have a running back, Akers, corralled in the backfield. Just doesn't have the burst yet. It's not his fault. He wasn't supposed to. Everybody's expectation was too high. We still have yet to ever have a running back return to top 15 running back form coming off an Achilles tear. Coming off an Achilles tear. We have never, ever had a running back become or return to top 15 running back form that didn't change. Akers was the best situation to overcome that feat. I don't know that we will for a long time. I'm sure at some point we will, but Akers did not do what everybody thought he could do. But maybe he starts looking good in the last couple weeks, and maybe he does come into 2023 on a vengeance. We'll see. Robert dropping a $20 hauler at the end. Man, I guess I'm glad I came back for sure. Robert dropping a 20 spot.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Robert. Yeah, buddy. Appreciate you, Robert. Robert says this. Let's see what Robert dropped. Baker dropping back. It's 2nd and 12. I'm sure Baker's passing at this point, unless it's a draw. It's a draw. It's a penalty. Merry Christmas, Smitty. Here's Christmas 20-piece. Thank you, Robert. Robert to the moon.
To the moon.
This guy's unreal. Robert. Appreciate you, Robert. All right, 2nd and 17. Maybe they do another draw play. I don't know. Yeah, it got wild after everybody left. Robert's the man. Okay, Baker, 2nd and 17. Impress us, Baker. Impress me. Show me I'm wrong. Show me I'm wrong about you. Let's go. Another run. Akers for 2 yards, 1 yard. All right. 3rd down. Will they, 3rd and 15. Will they run again? Will they run again? Yeah, Bobby Mitchell's amazing, Robert. Baker here. First down. Was that Jefferson? Van Jefferson. Baker. Nice throw by Baker. Maybe he has his new home. Ron Navy's so rooting for Baker. Ron Navy, I can tell Ron Navy's a big Baker advocate. I love it. I like that Ron's into it. Okay. And I'm rooting for him. I doubt him, but I'm rooting for him. I hope I'll have a big smile on my face if Baker has an amazing game. I'll be excited for him. I once liked Baker. I once liked Baker. I talked about Baker in a very positive way when he was running into that full-time starting job, the off season, and he had a good couple games walking into his second year. It's like Baker Mayfield, sophomore, is going to explode. I was into that. I admit it. That was one I probably missed on pretty hard because I thought Baker was going to look good in that Cleveland Brown arsenal that they were cooking up and creating there. 2-2 for the tutty. I'm calling it. Says Adam. All right, that ball hit the ground. 3rd and 9. Yeah, I'm gonna stream my reaction to an entire slate of games. I just don't know if I'll be healthy enough to do it by championship week. We'll see. If I am, I'll try it. I don't know what our viewership would be like, though. Oh, Baker could have kind of got out. Did anybody else feel like, why didn't he just run away from that? He was getting sacked and he didn't really get sacked and he just kind of stood there. Like he could have shook loose on that. Let's look at it. Like, you got to get sacked. No, you're not. Oh, let me just stand there. At least he didn't fumble it, right? At least he didn't throw it away. All right, so I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Good luck if you got players playing. Now do I got to watch Christian Watson? They're going to go to a commercial, though. It's only fair if I stay for a Christian Watson play. All right, Packers ball. Let's go. Are we going to have a timeout? Probably have a quick timeout. We'll wait a second. Old Baker would have just thrown it up in the air. That's true, Ron. All right, so we go on Christian Watson home run here. Later, Sam. Appreciate you. Sam, I am. Later, Sam. Christian Watson. If Christian Watson scores on this play, I'll empty the money gun. I'll empty it. I'm tired. My voice is shot. Ron says next year Pickett will be fire. I mean, he could, Ron. I'm a little worried that he may not have that elite ability, but I could be wrong. I don't feel it yet. But Ron, doesn't mean I don't feel it could be possible. I just don't feel it yet, you know. All right, Christian Watson. Hopefully he gets out here. That's what they said about Montana. Oh boy. I love Ron Navy's love for his team, though. Ron, you got to respect it. You're definitely diehard. And nobody gets more angry at their team than Ron. Ron gets very, very, very angry at his team. Thanks again, Robert. Appreciate your super chat, by the way. I'm keeping you up on screen there. All right, Aaron Rodgers. What's going on with Christian Watson here? Watson at the bottom of the screen. Watson in motion. He looks fast. A-Rod, got all kinds of time. Oh, good job, Aaron Jones. That was a little low, but you got to catch that. You're an NFL player. A-Rod spitting on his hands. We got a Rams player. We got Brian Allen headed to the locker room. He's done for the day. He's walking as if he's done for a week or two, if not worse. All right, A-Rod rushes to shotgun formation. Aaron Jones runs for about, like 6'7". Watson, I love that they use Watson on end arounds. They hand the ball off to him constantly. Watson's going to get you 2 or 3 carries a game. Like, they use him. He's similar to like a wide receiver heavy Debo versus a run heavy Debo. Golf with a super chat. Golf, appreciate you. AJ Brown, worried. Let's see if my delivery's here. I was really wanting to open these shirts on the live stream. Third down and 5. Dobbs almost didn't look that ball into his hands. I don't know if anybody saw that. He almost dropped that football. Okay, I got Miss Smitty home. Aaron Rodgers still looks like he's got it to me. I know a lot of people say he's done, but you put him on like the Niners or something, and I know Purdy's the potential, real deal. And so I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just saying I think Rodgers would have one more year left, but I don't think he wants one more year in this situation. I think he walks away. Hand off to Aaron Jones, getting to second and one. AJ Brown. I'm sorry, Golf, worried about with Hurts. Yeah, we did talk about this on the show already, but I can't expect you to know where to go in the video on that. So we were talking about how kind of when Tua was out, you basically expected less of a chance of yardage, less of a chance of touchdowns, and it's just like, maybe he's at 80% of what you're getting now. The probability of a touchdown is still there, or a solid chance, I should say, not the probability. I'd say a solid chance of a touchdown's there, but it's a lot lesser chance. And then the idea of him getting 2 or 3 TDs is kind of out the window. But could he get like 70 yards and a touchdown still? Probably. Will he get 125 and 2? Probably not. So I'd say downgrade expectations, but you can't really sit him. But Golf, appreciate your super chat. Thank you. All right. Christian Watson, let's go. Christian Watson, let's go. Lazard in motion. Lazard, so it's about is it third or second? I think it's second, isn't it? No, second and like 3 or 4. No, yeah, 3. Rodgers to the Lions could be fun. Yeah, that would be very interesting for the Lions. I would be. I feel like they think Goff could still be the long-term answer, which he's okay right now, but like, you know, we want something different. We want Amon-Ra and Jameson to get a quarterback that can feed them both, because I don't think Goff can feed them both to be elite, you know, and you need a quarterback in there that could. Christian Watson. Nope. That's Dobbs again, right? Dobbs. First down. 1st and 10. Aaron Rodgers moving the football. Just navigating down the field in the cold weather. You can see the cold breath, frozen breath coming out of everybody's helmet. Dobbs falling down, looking like Lockett. Catches a ball, slides down. Keep Goff as a backup, sure. Yeah, he'd be a good backup there to win games. Could still deliver fantasy production to the wide receivers and keep the ball moving. Yeah, I like that idea. Goff as a backup. Handoff to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is going to have a day today. Almost dropped the football. Almost tore his knee up, too. Trying to reach for that. Okay. He's okay. So we've got a potential touchdown situation here. I'm hoping for no field goal. If it's Watson, we're gonna empty it. If it's Watson, we're gonna empty it. Feels like an Aaron Jones touchdown, maybe, don't you think? The way that the ball's been moving pretty steadily on the ground for the Packers. They're probably wanting to play it safe here, get in the end zone. A lot of coaches kind of back down when they get inside the 10, and they want to play it safe. Watson's in motion. Handoff to Aaron Jones. He gets to about the 5.5 yard line, roughly. Packers have a decision to make here. You could go 2 shots into the end zone. Maybe an end around to Watson. Maybe a quick -1 yard pass to Watson and let him do his work. Let him do his Deebo Samuel type work and get into the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Ron Navy's like 8 minutes ahead of everybody with his weird connection to satellites or something. So Ron, don't spoil it for us. Oh, Rodgers, nice fake. Throws a touchdown. Throw to Watson, but it's no good. You know what this feels like? Doesn't get it one time, repeats, gets it the second time. That's what I'm feeling. Nice little, that was good coverage though on Watson, but he tripped him up. That was PI. That was PI. That wasn't unintentional either. I mean, he's literally stepping on his feet. Like, I understand people are gonna, you know, they're gonna bump around, but that was definitely PI. All right, Watson's on the bottom right. Lazard at the top. Rodgers back to pass. Sacked. I'm out of here. Field goal. Appreciate you all. Thank you. I work for you. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you. I'll see you all tomorrow, 7 p.m. or earlier if news breaks. Probably won't be live tonight. You never know, though. Peace out.